Hey everyone, this is Paul with Origami Air, and I'm here to get you ready to start filming as a camera person in AltSpace. So let me walk you through the best practices. So first thing we're going to do is jump into a space here. Alright, so what you're going to see on my screen is this radial menu over here. I got a couple little options over here for advanced user, and then you'll see this pointer. Now, these things are great, but when we're filming, we actually don't want them in the frame. So what are we going to do about that? Well, here I'm giving you the tips and tricks so that you can get rid of them. So the first thing to know is that if you, on your keyboard, hit Control, Alt, P, you're going to get rid of that radial menu, that main HUD. So again, Control, Alt, P will bring it back, and then Control, Alt, P will get rid of it. So we've got rid of one of the two things. But the next thing is you still have this pointer, and this pointer becomes even more problematic if you try and zoom in, say, to get a close-up. It gets really big. So what are we going to do about that? Well, the next buttons I want you to know are Shift Alt B. Now Shift Alt B gets rid of your pointer, and look at that. We now have a really clean shot, and we're able to run around and film just like a camera crew and getting a nice clean image. Now, there is a drawback to this that I want you to be sensitive about is sometimes you need your pointer. A message might pop up, or you might need to re-enter the space. So when that happens, just remember Control Alt P brings back your radial menu, and Shift Alt B brings back your ability to click on things. And this is something you're going to need to practice all the time. Write it down and get really quick at hitting Control Alt P and Shift Alt B. That gets rid of everything so you can be clean, and then if you in a rush need your pointer back, it's Shift Alt B and Control Alt P. So that gets everything back. Alright, so that's the first two little tips. I'm going to give you two more. So the other tips I want to give you are actually in the settings. So if we go in here and we go to the settings, a really important one is the show speech bubbles in comfort. We want that shut off because when it's on, you see a little speech bubble like in a comic book over people's heads. We don't want that. So I'm going to shut it off and keep it off. And so you can close out. And so that gets rid of the speech bubbles. Alright, the next and final thing is all around the display. What are we actually recording? So if we hit escape again to go to the menu and we go to displays, so there's two things you want to pay attention to. There's this anti-aliasing up here, which we have 8 times MSAA, so that is as powerful as we can do it. It even warns you here that this may hurt your performance. So set it to as high as you can without the screen sort of lagging. And then the other really important thing is the resolution. So we can see my resolution right now is really low. So if we go to the left, oh, look at that. So 60 hertz, 1920 by 1080, which is true HD. We are now running the most high quality image we can do. So I'm going to apply. And would you look at that? We now have a very clear image. So if I hit Shift Alt B and Control Alt P, we are now looking at a beautiful image of a high quality world with everything clean. And once that's all done, you can start filming and be ready to rock and roll. Hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.